Hey everybody, what's up? This is Josh from StoryKing Studios. Trying something different today. I know that nobody is watching this live right now because I didn't tell anybody I was doing this. I am testing. I've thought about doing this before. I've seen a few other people do it and thought, why not? Why not just live stream my screen as I'm editing or color correcting or doing whatever I might be doing on a project. Never know if that's going to be valuable for somebody. Also, it's nice to know that someone's watching over your shoulder as you do everything to help keep you on your toes and make sure you're not completely distracted with browsing Facebook or something when you're supposed to be editing. So anyway, this stream is basically a test to see how all this works, how I like it. And yeah, so this is the first one. Just testing out a couple things. I made myself a few little graphics. Let me just try out my pause screen. Great, that totally works. You can hear the garbage truck coming as I'm doing this. So, all right, what is this? Error, open in studio, use a keyframe, something. Let's see what's going on. Keyframe frequencies. Buffering issues. It says the stream is working, so I don't know what the problem is. Alright, open this, change your keyframes. 10 seconds. Okay, well, I'll play with that. Got a poor stream status all of a sudden. So let's see what's going on here. Settings. Probably can't even change this because I'm actually streaming at the moment. Output. Keyframe interval 0 is auto. So let's change it to, I don't know, 2 seconds? I don't even know. Let's just try that. I don't even know if you can change that because I'm actually live right now. Says it's still streaming. All right. I'm on this one. Well, who knows? Who knows? This is why we do the first one and we don't tell anybody. So we'll see what's going on there. All right. So what I'm doing here is I have a project where I have, and this was from like 2017, right? So this project, this footage is super old, but we have a client who we did this for who is now interested in getting some clips from their project. So I had screen recorded the first half of this, which I'll be releasing. But I thought, you know what, let me just live stream as I finish this thing off. It'd be a good test, and we'll see what happens. So I'm sure none of you are watching this live, because why would you, right? Anyway, so what we're doing here is we got a bunch of shots. We had gone through, so what I've already done at this point is I went through the actual edit that we had delivered to them. I pulled all the clips, I extended them. So this product is what we call social clips, or a clips library. And so that is something that whoa. And this is why we have a pause screen, because I have a text to deal with. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. So, what we have going on here is delivering a series of these clips. And we're delivering clips as individual video files. So, what I'm doing at this point is going through and making sure that the footage is usable, basically. So I'm playing through, making sure the color is, in the ballpark, making sure that things are stable enough so that it can be used. The idea is that we give this to them as individual clips, and then they, a little bit wonky at the beginning of that, and then they will, this whole thing needs to be stabilized. They'll be able to use that to create their own like social media reels and whatever else they want to create. So it's kind of like giving them raw footage, except that it's not truly raw footage, it's usable raw footage. So the way we explain it is a library of your own stock footage, your own custom stock footage. So because we make sure it's colored and stabilized, it's usable out of the gate. Just like if you buy stock footage, except this is custom stock footage for your company of your own products, services, etc. So it's raw footage on steroids because it's really a stock footage library. And we charge for this. It's something we offer. A lot of people will add this on to an existing package. So like, for example, let's come shoot a brand film for you, and then we'll give you a package of 50 clips or whatever it is. And again, it's something we charge for. That was a little wonky. Nothing's happening. The idea is that the clips we deliver are usually 5 to 10 seconds long, but it just needs to be usable. So maybe it's 3 seconds. Maybe it's 30 seconds, if it's a drone shot or something. Somewhere in there. Okay, meeting, great. And I don't mind giving them a longer than necessary clip, as long as it's good. Okay, so I got kind of shaky at the end. 3 seconds. I try to keep it at least 3 seconds. Sometimes I'll come in here and fix things like, let's straighten this shot out. Let's see, let's go more like a -2. There we go. Great. Nope, still just seeing the edge of that crop. Let's go fit 3.5. Perfect. Great. So this footage, well, actually, all this stuff, you notice this stuff looks pretty decent. This was shot on the Blackmagic URSA Mini 4.6K in Cinema DNG. So on my screen record video, I showed you how I took this into Resolve and cleaned this up. Because if I show you what it used to look like, boom. So this yellow layer that I've just showing you is how good we were at Cinema DNG. And it would look all kinds of wonky. Because back when that came out, there wasn't like a super good workflow in existence for it, and we didn't really know what we were doing with it. And so, we got something out of it, but it looked very, very weird. But now, because this was shot in RAW, it's not stuck looking like that, and we can now come in here and apply proper color space transforms and things that we now have easy access to manage this, because we just didn't know what we were doing with Cinema DNG back in the day. And so things would look really weird, but we can now come in and make them look the way they're supposed to look, because we now have proper tools to manage Cinema DNG. And we can take advantage of the updated color spaces. because they did not have that. Hey, we've got 2 concurrent viewers. My buddy Robert's in the chat. What's up, Roberts? I am talking about this project that you helped me shoot. JSS Almonds came back for clips. And so I'm pulling those, and I was able to go into Resolve and apply updated color science to all that Cinema DNG stuff we did. And it now actually looks good, because we sure had fun trying to make that look good back in the day. Super easy now. Just a color space transform, use updated color science, and make it look nice. So just finish with that round of clips. Yeah, that's the story. Let me bring all this down. So I had kind of done this session in pieces. Okay, so these purplish ones were shot with Cinema DNG. The rest of it was shot, this green stuff was shot on the URSA, but in ProRes LT, so a lot less flexibility. And this bluish stuff was all shot on a drone, and it was like a Phantom 4 or something back then. And then this stuff was all shot on a Panasonic GH4. So yeah, good luck matching all those completely different things. So I'm just going through and looking at what we had originally applied to the clip versus what needs to happen, and just making sure that as I give these to the client, I'm not embarrassed by what it looked like from forever ago. So what I'm noticing is totally didn't know how to apply LUTs back here, and I was applying the LUT as an input LUT and then color correcting on top of that, which is why this looks ridiculous. So what needs to happen here is I need to apply this LUT. I'm like, I don't even know where this LUT lives. So I'm afraid to even change that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset all this stuff. And apply this LUT on the top of everything. So the way I'm going to fix that is just making a new Lumetri layer, which I'm just going to zero out because I don't need anything on it. And on this new Lumetri layer, I'm going to do pre-LUT the adjustments that need to happen. So we'll pump up the exposure, turn this LUT off. Okay. Why isn't that working the way it's supposed to be working? Something going on with the mask? There's a mask here. Let's delete the mask. There we go. That's what happens when you repurpose something from down here that you didn't even know what you're grabbing. Okay. So this is editing, it's color correcting, it's a little bit of everything. Just prepping these clips to make them usable. Maybe 1.5-ish, that's too hot. Let's do maybe 1.3. Okay. Color temperature, this is a little warm, so let's cool it down a touch. Okay. We lost our blacks, so let's, yeah, there's not really much in the blacks to take. Okay, something like that is usable. And then the LUT on top of that. I'm actually going to raise the shadows a touch. Come on, these sliders do not work very well. Something like that. Alright, that's still not quite there. 1.4. Great. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you saw how bad it was before. Okay, and then a lot of these, are going to be fine. So what I'm doing is I'm playing through these at a little bit of a high speed. I'm making sure that it's stable enough, make sure the color looks decent. Robert, how many years ago was this? It was a long time. 2018. So I'm pulling this off of an archive hard drive, number A36. We're currently on A64. So we've gone through a lot of hard drives since then. So this is, oh yes, goodness, all organized by date. 2018, March 6th. Hey, right before my birthday. So we did JSS Almonds back then, and yeah, that was entertaining. We used the Ronin. We had the Phantom 4. There you go. And then we had the URSA. Oh yes, all these cinema DNG files. Goodness. And then all the other stuff. Anyways, nostalgia. Well, now that I'm preventing Robert from getting any real work done, he's just going to watch me work. Who else is here? 2 concurrent viewers. Who are you? Say hello in the chat if you are here. So this is one of the services that we offer clients, is to come back and do these clips. And if you watch this through at about 2x, it's really easy to see if something needs stabilization. Because you can kind of see all the shakes real good. Alright. Ah, goodness. So all of these are applied the wrong way. That's terrible. Okay, the best way to fix that is going to be to figure out where I can get to this LUT. And who knows where this LUT is? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to see if we can find this LUT, because this LUT is somehow embedded in the Premiere project. Gosh. Wait, you can export LUTs. You can export LUTs. This is URSA. There's no way I have this LUT saved anywhere. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to this one of the hands that I just fixed. Because I'm like, if I have to deal with these corrections on top of LUTs, order of operations matters. I'll just say that. Order of operations matters. Okay, just make sure there's nothing else in here. Nothing else. Ooh, yep, there's some RGB curves happening in here. Yeah, I used to color correct with curves back in the day. Oh, yes. Wow, okay. There's still things happening. That's why it was still a little wonky. Okay, we're just going to reset the whole creative look. We're going to reset the whole curves. Oh, that's where the magic was. Okay, goodness. It's funny when you go back and you're like, whoa, I really didn't know what I was doing back then. I'm just going to make sure everything is reset. All that's good. Make sure those are reset. Make sure that's reset. There's no wonkiness. And then what I'm going to do, turn this one off too. Okay, so the only thing here is the LUT, which isn't even that good. Man, I'm like, I might just make a new LUT. I'm trying not to like do crazy amount of extra work. Goodness. Alright, what we're going to do is we're just going to save this as a preset. This is just the URSA LUT. Old URSA LUT JSS. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. That's the easiest way to do this. I'm not going to get crazy. Okay. Wow, those curves were really messing with the image. So let's just do this again. Let's just do this again. I was like, why is this not responding normally? Because there's a bunch of junk happening. 1.5. Let's bring the shadows down. Let's bring the blacks down in particular. Too much. Maybe 15. We're just going to call that good enough. Because with these really old shots, low light, it was not a low light camera. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to take any shot that needs help. We're just going to apply that. Okay, this is the one I was going to help. I'm like, you know, this actually looks pretty good. Let's just bump the exposure a little. We're just going to call this good. That's what we're going to do. Yep, great. Save, because it's Premiere and it crashes every 5 minutes. As I'm sure you will witness at some point during this live stream. Okay. Okay, we got some shakies. Cut that out. I'll just cut that clip entirely. So I'm looking at what's usable on maybe social media or something else. Like, okay, this shot's super off level, so maybe we should fix that. Didn't have to be like 100% perfect. That's a lot of... Great. Okay, it's a super wide shot. It's got room. There we go. That's usable. Okay. Like, I'm not here to update all the color science on all these things. I'm just like, if it looks good, it's good. Okay, that shot needs color. Did we color any of these other shots around it? Okay, we're just going to steal the color from this shot. Where's the color from this shot? Hi. Where's my color? Oh, I did source color? Where's my color? That's not out of camera. Save. What's going on? Where's the color? Well, let's find another shot. Because we always shoot these things in like a log-ish. Color's coming from somewhere. Where's the color coming from? Alright, let's go over to the edit. Let's find one of these shots. Did I really just stick it in there with no color? Okay, well, alright then. We're gonna color this from scratch. Let's start with a DJI. What do I have? Hey, nope, that's Mini 4 Pro. I was like, do I still have the... Nope. Do I have... No, those are all Mavic. Mini 4, DJI Drone 2023. Okay, let's try this one. Oops. Wrong clip. Let's try this one. That might work. Let's try this one. Hey, that's in the ballpark. Great. That actually looks fantastic. Amazing. Love it. That's pretty good. That looks pretty good. See, this one does have it. I knew there was one. Okay, that's great. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's throw this guy on. Perfect. Looks pretty good. Colors are clean. Okay, let's throw this guy on. So this one might be a little dark. Let's go maybe half a stop. Yeah. And so the client was, when they inquired with us about getting these clips done recently, they were kind of like, you know, can we get these clips? Sure, not a problem. And then it's like, well, how much is it? It's like, well, you know, when I gave them a price, they were like, oh, that kind of sounds like maybe a lot. Like, we already shot the footage. And so I had to be like, well, I know it might sound easy, but wow, I pushed that shot really hard. But there's actually a lot of work into doing this. Because we have to go through the footage and we have to pull it out. We have to extend all the clips. Got to color grade them. Like, I've got probably 2 hours in this project already, and I'm still doing color and stabilization. Just from, quote, existing footage. So it's like we do have to charge a couple $100 to get this done. It's not like we push a button and clips come out and it's $100. Plus you have the value of the fact that we're giving you like 50 clips of stock footage that you now have to use, you know, in perpetuity. So like if you're doing this for your clients, definitely charge a reasonable fee for it, which we do. And in the same way that selling stock footage, oh hey, what did Robert say in the chat? Have fun on the van, Robert. Master color. You are correct, sir. Oh, I hear my neighbor's drone flying outside my neighborhood. Let's see here. Can always tell when you hear a drone flying. Like a weed whacker in the air. You know, you video pros, you know what a drone sounds like. I don't need to make zzz sounds with my teeth. Okay, I'm looking at this. I'm happy with this. I'm totally stalling as I'm looking at this. That's usable. Okay. These shots are good. They're usable. This is like really blue the more I look at this. Whoa. Wow, why did I work so hard to flatten that and then unflatten it so that it can look stupid? That's weird. Oh, URSA stack. I guess this was what I was doing to make the Panasonic footage look like URSA footage. I was applying the LUT or something. Yep. Okay. Let's see. This has way too much saturation. So let's find that and dial that down. Maybe like an 80. It's too blue. So let's warm it up. Maybe 10. Ooh, too much. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of color fidelity to play with in these files. Yeah, we'll just call that good. Okay, so I've now gone through. I did almost all the work before I brought you guys in. So it's kind of a short live stream today, but that's all right. Now, don't need that. That's fine. Can collapse that down into there. Okay, and we'll slip all that together. How many clips do I have? 57. Perfect. I told them I would give them 50. I love to over-deliver a couple clips. So now, these are all here and ready to go. So the next thing is, how do you export all of these as individual clips? And there's a couple ways to do this. Frankly, it's annoying in Premiere. There's not an easy way to do this in Premiere. Be like, cool, can I just export all these as individual clips? Oh, where's the individual clips button in the export? Oh, it doesn't have one. So there's no way here to export these as individual clips. Resolve has that button, and it's great. So what you have to do in Premiere if you want to export individual clips is you have one of two options. Go back to my project tab here. One, I can drop all these into a bin and then try to like export from that bin. But the problem is you're going to lose everything you did. You can lose all your effects, lose everything. So the only way to do this, let me just clean this up real quick. Get out of here. Oh, those are the new ones I added in. That's what that is. So you have to nest all of these. And let me see. Is it still Shift N? It is. So you have to make nested sequences for every single one of these, which is like the most annoying thing in the world. And at one point I had written a macro to do this for me faster, but that was when I was on a Mac, and now I'm on a PC and I don't have that, and there's only 50 clips here, so it only takes so long to hit the down arrow, hit nest, hit enter. So sometimes brute forcing it is just... I have a macro in Resolve to do this because I didn't know how to use the clips feature properly in Resolve, and I was exporting without effects, and then I found there's a checkbox that you need to check, which basically means render it with all your effects. And once I checked that box, everything was good. So the biggest thing here is just don't screw up your rhythm with your keys. Cool. So there's all my nested sequences. Now I will make a bin called Clips 2025. And I'll take all those nested sequences and I'll put them inside my clips bin. I'm going to save the project. Don't crash and lose it. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to Export Media. I'm going to make sure I select my correct preset for clips, which I need to find. This would be the 10 megabits no audio preset. Nope, not the Instagram. Somewhere I have one called clips. Presets also used to be cleaner on the other computer. 10 megabits match, that's not the one. We want 10 megabits no audio. Megabits still has audio. Okay, well, I'm just gonna make a new one. I'm not gonna bother looking for this. This is how it gets messy in here. I'll just make a new one. Okay, and that's all correct. Cool. Save preset. We're gonna call this Clips 1080. No audio. That was enter. Great. And this is gonna go not inside that folder. This is gonna go inside my JSS folder, and make a new folder called Clips and hit save. And I'm gonna, it's the entire source, which is fine because it's the whole, whatever you call it. Let me hit export. Make sure this works correctly. So now I'm going to run over to A64 where I'm exporting this because the old drive has no space. JSS. Here's the updated cinema DNG files I had to export from Resolve because the old ones look like garbage. And look at that. A clip. And the other good thing, you run it at like 10 megabits or something and it cleans up some of the noise also. So I don't have to bother with noise reduction for this project. Okay, so now that I know that works, let me select a batch of like 5 and export media. Cool, it remembered my settings, it remembered the location, that's great. I'm going to send to media encoder. If you have a batch of them, send to media encoder is always nice. I like to throw a few in, make sure everything's working correctly, and then I'll throw the whole big pile in there. Okay, media encoder's bringing them in. We're going to the correct folder. We're using the correct preset. That's great. Cool. That's good. Let's hit go. Do the first one. Let me pause you over here. Make sure that is correct. Nice. Cool. So now I'm going to hit go. Actually, what I like to do is come back here. I'm going to pause you. Because I'm going to come in here, export. Take your time. Not responding. Good job, Premiere. What is this? Silly notification. Nope. Not going to worry about that. Nope. Don't care about iCloud either. Leave me alone. Get off my lawn. Okay. Oh, Robert texted me something. Seriously? Robert texted me a behind-the-scenes picture from this shoot. What a friend. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. Actually, there's nothing to do with Robert, but yeah, listening to hymns this morning, and that came to mind. Okay, where's my media encoder? Cool, here's media encoder. So basically, I'm going to hit go, and then I'm going to hit send. And the idea is that media encoder should catch all of those and be going. No, I missed it. I let too many of them go before. Go. Yes, hit it. All right. So now, as they all pile in from Premiere, they'll come in here. I know that my last one is 72. So once I get 72 in here, I'll know they're all in here. And they're popping in. Perfect. There they go. Once they are all done, I will come in with a renaming tool, like bulk rename utility. And I'm going to go ahead and build out my name now. The name we're going to remove. We're going to add numbering. Here we go. We're going to add numbering. Start at 1. Pad with 2. We are going to add a prefix, JSS clips, and we're going to add the number as a suffix. We're going to have a separator of space in this case, and I know I have 72 clips, so 2 digits is all we need, so that's great. Cool, so that's ready to go as soon as all these get in here. And once they're all in, I'll just drop them all in here and rename them. So I'm just going to leave that ready and waiting to go. So, cool, they all made it in. Now I know I'm done here, so I can close out Premiere. Save it. Close it. Take Premiere. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Okay, what's up, chat? Actually, here, I've got a chat window in OBS. Should keep this. Okay, let's see. Paulino, what's up, Paulino? I see the clips were shot in HD. If they were some crazy size, like 4K or 6K, would you deliver them the original size or give them a 1080 version? So when we deliver the clips product, that's the word, product. For the clips product, we deliver 1080, unless they order. Sometimes clients will order 4K clips, so sometimes we do that, but usually we just deliver 1080 clips. The destination is social media. The destination is use it on your phone. Totally forgot to like Robert's picture. You the man. To send this. Okay. Yeah, so we deliver it to them in HD so that they can use it on social media. Usually clients will either use them horizontal on Instagram or they will do their own crops. But basically they can cut their own reels, etc. With this, so that's nice. Clients enjoy being able to have that. How about I put the chat window right next to my monitor on my other monitor so that I can actually see what I'm doing and not completely ignore my friends. It's only my friends watching me. So shout out to Paulino and Robert, Video Pals. We have a local meetup, Video Pals, that we do, and it's super fun to get together with other guys who do video. Hey, look, they're all done. Wow, that was nice and quick. Yay for a fast computer. So we've got our 57 items here. Let's go ahead and do the rename. I figured if I just blabbered long enough, this would finish, and I could show you the rename process, because it's super cool to watch me rename files. So I just go out to a blank screen. I'm going to grab all these, drop them in here, sort them alphabetically by name. Clip 1 through 57, that's perfect. JSS clips. And that's great. What I'm going to go ahead and do is bake my name, StoryKing Studios, into this, because why not, right? The only person that's going to see this is whoever's posting on social media. But hey, why not? Put a space there and the number. JSS, StoryKing Studios, and the number, because why not market to your past clients, right? So that whoever gets these clips knows they came from StoryKing Studios, and they can always, yep, that's great, done. You can always go, hey, let me call StoryKing Studios if I need more clips or if I need more videos. So think about things like that as you deliver to clients. Cool. So now these are done. So the next thing I'm going to do is go over to my Google Drive folder where I deliver things. Do I hide? Not make a JSS folder yet. Okay, so I'm going to grab the delivery template. Let's paste this. I love templates. I'm all about templates. You'll find templates all over the place in my business. JSS clips. Inside of here, they've got a folder already ready to go for Video Clip Library, because we deliver a lot of these. Okay, let's grab that, copy that, go here, paste it. Boom, it'll take a minute to upload. I have a little thing in here that says, hey, thanks for choosing StoryKing Studios. Here's our info. Great. And that's inside the folder of the video clips. They don't have any full videos, so I'll get rid of that folder. I will give people a files to expect folder sometimes. This one is pretty straightforward, so I don't need, that's usually more for delivering something to an agency or someone else, and we're like, hey, it was shot in S-Log3 and blah 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 blah. Like, it's more technical if we're sending something to an editor or an agency or whatever. Then I have a little directions folder that says, here, click the download button. You don't have to sign in, because people will be like, oh, I have to sign in. It's like, no, you don't. Just click the download button. There's directions right there. Video Clip Library. Hey, download your Video Clip Library. You can download here, you can download here, you can download there, like download everywhere. So anyway, that is what we deliver to clients. And then once that's uploaded, we will send that out. And, oops, not that one. Show more options. Copy link to clipboard. So I have this folder, which I will send to the client so they can get everything and download it. So I'll pull up my client info here. I'm going to create a new email. This is the done template. Your video is done. And just going to bring part of this screen over, because, you know, privacy and all. So I have all these email templates that I've created for different things. So like this is one saying, hey, you can download your video. So I'll put my link in here, turn that into a clickable link. There's no password on this particular one, so I'll get rid of that. And then I'll just skim this email, make sure it is set correctly. We've completed it. You can review and download it below. Hit the download button under the video. That's different. This one is directions included at the link. Okay, there's no errors, no 5 days to review your video. So this is, oops. Okay, please download and create a backup, because the link will expire in 14 days. There we go. Awesome. Okay, we've completed your video clips. In this case, we don't usually just deliver clips. I don't have a template specifically just for clips. Usually clips are part of a larger package, but in this case, We have a legacy client coming back to get clips from a shoot from a long time ago. Okay, we've completed your video clips. You can review and download the link below. Directions included at the link. Great. And put a period at the end of your sentence. Here's the link. Download, create a backup. Great. And everything's signature is good and ready to go. So now I'm going to go to my Google Drive and see how long does it say it's going to take. Sync will complete shortly. So in other words, in mere moments. Apparently, there's only a few left. Less than a minute, 50 miles, less than a minute. There we go. So I'm going to schedule this to send in a few minutes. So it's today. It is currently 9:40. So I'm going to schedule this to send at, hi. Schedule to send at 9:50 a.m. And everything is good here. And, oh, I always like to say, let them know that we're over-delivering. Say, I went ahead and dove into all the footage and pulled all the best clips for you, pull all the best clips for you. So I'm actually giving you 57. Giving you some extra clips. 57 in total. Cool. Just letting them know we went above and beyond. So we always like to over-deliver a little bit. Not, you know, ridiculous, but a little bit. Cool. That's all good. It's probably done by now, actually. Let's check. Successful up to date. So this is actually delivery. Come back in here to JSS. And looks like everything is up. Cool. Okay, so that was the final stage of the process. This takes a couple hours. This is not something we just push a button. So this is actually good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just send it now instead of scheduling it because it's ready to go. And I'm just going to say your video clips are ready. Cool. Extra clips at no charge. 12. Great. And send. Perfect. So that is how we do a clips package and how we do delivering clips. So now, and this is 8.5 minutes of stock footage, 8.5 minutes of content, 57 clips. That's a lot of content. If you think about that, that is content for days. That is content for weeks, content for months. If you treat these like photos and you post one a day, that is 57 days. And if you consider the fact that, you know, let's say you post 5 days a week, 4 weeks in a month, that's 20. So we've got 3 months of content right here. 3 months of content. Not to mention, they can remix these into different things. They can repurpose them multiple times, multiple ways. We can mix a couple orchard shots together and say, hey, it's orchard season. We can get some bees. Hey, we're looking for pollinators. Hey, we can get like there's so many ways you can use this. So, a super useful product. That is going to do it for today's live stream of watching me edit. Thank you, friends, for sticking around. Anybody still here? 2 viewers still. 2 viewers still. That makes me feel really good for my first live stream that I did not notify anyone. I did not plan it. I just said I'm just going to go for it. And yes, this is a beautiful shot that I took recently while I was on the set of Inception, being the DP for Christopher Nolan. That's how I like to frame. That's how I like to shoot all my shots. They usually look this good. No, I actually have... I'll show you. My desktop, I've got 3 screens. I have... Where is it? It is frame set good. It's this one. I have a folder of like 130 images. A lot of movie and commercial frames that I've found that I like. And so, like, oh, cool. Let's check out this frame from Skyfall. And so I actually just have these on rotation on my desktop. And so these are just always rotating, like every 15 or 30 minutes, I think. And I'll be like, cool, let's check out, you know, all these visual references of things that I've seen that I'm like, oh, this looks good. Like these are good references. I like looking at these and getting kind of some inspiration on different looks, you know, for things. And then I have a folder that I haven't really built out. I just have like one project in here that I'm like, oh, frames we've shot. Like that's cool too. And then I have one, where is it? Edit screens of a handful of like these, and I would like put these up like when I'm on Zoom calls. So it's like, oh, it looks like I'm editing, but it's just a timeline, you know, a screenshot of a timeline in the background. So I need to update that. I haven't changed those in a while. Anyway, yeah. Very cool. Fun times, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope this is valuable. If you're watching the replay, feel free to leave a comment on the replay as well. And this was fun. Fun times. Good to hang out with friends in the comments and live stream and just kind of be like, cool, this is me being a goofball as I edit. So, alrighty, that is going to do it for the day. I've got more projects to do, and I might live stream those projects when I get onto those later. So, this was the first one I had to deliver today. And I've got another project to work on as well. So, alrighty, guys, that'll do it for this stream, and we'll catch you the next time around. Thanks for tuning in. And let me see if I can find my OBS button to black.